Hi and welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that have been linked with a summer transfer move to Arsenal. First of all, let's say congratulations going out to France and Olivier Giroud and Laurent Koscielny, who both made it through to the final of the Euros yesterday with that 2-0 victory over Germany. Commiserations going out to Mesut Ozil. Love this picture of those guys, showing their sympathy towards Ozil. But it was France's time yesterday. Well done to those two. Giroud in the game, by the way. That chance he had, I could see loads of people trolling him. It showed us, really, his lack of pace. It showed us, you know what, if you watch the game, in two glimpses, you saw the best and worst of Giroud. First of all, the way in which he won that header and then run through onto it was brilliant bit of skill, brilliant bit of strength and hold-up play. Then, the lack of pace to get away from Hervédys and bury the chance. And that is why a lot of Arsenal fans are screaming out and saying, listen, we need another striker. And if you even look at the way in which France played with the effectiveness of Griezmann, it seems to work when he's playing off of Olivier Giroud. And that's a lesson also to Arsene Wenger, maybe two up top with somebody like Alexis coming off him, or a Lacazette if we're able to buy somebody like that, or a Morata. But very interesting. But well done to them for making it through. On Alexis, you know what? I've got to ask this question. Do we need to start getting worried as Arsenal fans about all these rumours that keep flying around about Alexis Sanchez? He's been linked with Juventus continually. He hasn't yet signed the 2-year extension onto his deal. And it's starting to get a bit worrying, all these rumours. I know they're rumours, but it's getting worrying. The latest one, you can see headline in this newspaper, Tutto Sport, Italian publication. They claim that Juventus have made an official approach to sign Alexis Sanchez, 35 million euros. Are they having a laugh? The offer was quite rightly turned down by Arsenal. There's other publications that claim also that Alexis's agent has told Arsenal that he wants to join Juventus. That's the worrying one. There's nothing to say that that's true. There's no proof of that, but that's another rumour. And as I said, we haven't signed him up yet on that extension of his contract. He's just won, all those accolades over there and won the Copa America. And he is a world-class player. And of course, Juventus, they're going to be, well, they've lost Morata already. And they want to strengthen their team. And it's worrying for me. At this stage, I don't think there's any chance of Arsenal selling him. But it is a bit worrying. And I think this is why, for me as well, Arsenal need to make that marquee signing to show guys like Ozil, to show guys like Alexis that, listen, we're serious next year. Because the same way we moan and complain about lack of world-class signings, lack of signings last season, you can imagine guys like Alexis, when they're sitting down, they must be thinking to themselves, well, you know what? We're not showing enough ambition here. And then he looks at a team like Juventus that are always signing top players. Dybala last year, they'll go out and go big. And he must be thinking to himself, well, I could go and join them and, probably win a title in Italy, Champions League football. He's lived in Italy before. Arsenal really need to, first of all, tie Alexis down to a new deal and also show Alexis that Arsenal are serious. Let's start to show ambition. And listen, I don't think there's any way that they will sell him. It would be suicide for Arsene Wenger to do that. And the board, they know that they would get so much grief off of the fans if they sold like our best player. But I really do think they need to clear this up as soon as possible. And the best way to clear it up is by getting in some top signings. And at the moment, they don't seem to be coming in. We're being linked today with a guy called Djibril Sidibe. He plays for Lille. He's 23, and L'Equipe claimed that Arsenal are trying to gazump Monaco. Monaco on the verge of signing this guy. But the big news is that Arsenal have tried to sort of come in at the last minute and nick him from under Monaco's nose. He's a very versatile fullback. He can play either on the right wing or the left wing. So that's the type of player that Arsene Wenger loves. And the reports are that Arsenal looking to try and bring him in. We'll have to wait and see what happens with that one. That's come right out of the blue. But let's see if he does end up at Monaco or if he indeed Arsenal do try and sign him. The Lacazette rumours, of course, rumble on. What's happening with Lacazette? Latest rumours are that Lyon are reportedly demanding £42 million for the player. Arsene Wenger feels that the valuation is too high, which he is right. The valuation is too high, but Lyon are refusing to budge. Valuation's too high, too bad. That's what it's going to be like this season. It's going to be Premier League clubs got loads and loads of money. Clubs like Lyon know that. You're selling your best player. You want top dollar. Just the same way that if, say, we were going to sell Alexis, there's no way we'd sell him for 30 million euros or 35 million euros. We'd be wanting like in excess of about 60 million pounds for a player like Alexis Sanchez. So you can't blame Lyon. If Arsenal are going to move a player like Lacazette away from Lyon, they're going to have to be aggressive in the transfer market. They're going to have to pay the money. There's no two ways about it. Morata, again, strong links again today. The rumours is going around today is that he would favour a move to Arsenal over Chelsea because Chelsea don't have Champions League football. Chelsea have, over the past couple of weeks, emerged as the favourites to sign Morata, especially because of the Conte connection. Conte, of course, used to be at Juventus. But the rumours coming out of his camp is that he'd rather move to Arsenal because Arsenal got the Champions League football. Again, we know, very expensive to get done. And if it's going to get done, it's going to cost a lot of dough, simple. And Marquinhos being linked to Arsenal today. He's a excellent player, centre-back, plays for PSG, Brazilian international. L'Equipe again claiming that Arsenal are one of a whole list of players that are interested in signing Marquinhos. Marquinhos at the moment, it seems to be in a bit of a dispute with PSG. His brother, who's his agent, who goes by the name of Luan, has put it out there and said that, you know, they're pretty unhappy with his lack of game time at the moment of PSG, and they really would like to move on if they're not going to be guaranteed first team football. And of course, you know, he's stated that Arsenal are one of the clubs that are interested in, would definitely fit the bill, a top centre back, something that we need. But at this stage seems to be somebody talking up his player to maybe get a better deal or to maybe get him a better position in the team. So we'll have to wait and see what happens with that one. Moving into some of your comments from yesterday. Zizou says, Robbie, if Wenger doesn't sign a high quality players then we need for the positions that need to be covered, then I'm sorry, he deserves all the abuse and negativity that will come at him in the coming season, period. I've got to say, I kind of agree with that guy. If this, you know, I thought last year, anybody who followed Transfer Daily last year and then saw like my final Transfer Daily, I was really upset. I was really mad actually. And I sort of, the whole season, was very mad at Arsene Wenger for his abject, you know, movements in the transfer window last season. I thought it was disgraceful. If I'm really being honest, I thought last season not buying one outfield player, being the only team in Europe not to buy an outfield player, was frankly a disgrace. And I think Arsene Wenger kind of got away with it in the end by finishing second. He's not going to be allowed to do that this time. If he doesn't bring in some top quality players, like this guy says, the fans are going to judge him, and they're going to judge him very, very harshly in the upcoming season. There's no excuses about money. There's no excuses about lack of players out there. He needs to get some stuff done. He really does. I mean, I was chatting to somebody yesterday who said that they was over in France the other day and they was chatting to one of the guys who works at Arsenal, and his job is to analyse players. So they, you know, a lot of these clubs now, they have people who do analytics on different players throughout the season. And he said that this gentleman was saying to him that, you know, right at the moment, there's a real lack of, they are trying, but there's a real lack of like strikers out there, lack of top centre backs. Listen, that's rubbish. There is not as many as there should. As we've seen in the Euros, there is a lack of top quality strikers, but to say there's none, there are some there. They're just going to cost a lot of money. It's whether Arsenal are willing to break the bank to bring in what we need. And that is what we want to see this summer. We want to see some quality players coming in so that guys, they can add to guys like Alexis, etc., and help us to win the league. Johnny Daniels 18 says we should sell Aaron Ramsey whilst we'll get the highest price for him. He was rubbish for us all season, and get Matuidi. Now, come on, Ramsey's just had a great Euros. Let's hope he can carry it back into Arsenal. You know, it gives him a lot of confidence. As people are talking about him as one of the best midfielders in Europe after the Euros. Let's hope he can bring it back to the club. Ron Paul Swede says, I like this one. He said, we should get Messi before he goes to jail. Oh, that's brilliant. Listen, thanks for watching today. For everybody who's been, by the way, who's been getting in contact regarding those sponsors, that's been absolutely brilliant. I'm going to get back in contact with you all today for sort of the final thing. Anybody else who wants to get involved in that, the link is below. Keep sending in us those videos of what you'd like to see at Arsenal. The link is below as well. Thanks for watching AFTV Transfer Daily, and we'll be back around about the same time tomorrow.